Senate proceedings on June 11, 2024. Opening session. The Senate met at 3 p.m. and was called to order by the presiding officer, Senator Peter Welch, a Democrat from Vermont. Prayer and Pledge of Allegiance. The chaplain, Dr. Barry Black, offered the opening prayer, emphasizing the importance of wisdom, integrity, and service to the nation. The presiding officer led the Senate in the Pledge of Allegiance. Routine proceedings. 29 bills and 2 resolutions were introduced. These included Senate bills numbered 4,487 through 4515 and Senate resolutions 727 and 728. Measures passed. The Senate passed H.R. 4581, the Maternal and Child Health Stillbirth Prevention Act, which amends Title V of the Social Security Act to support stillbirth prevention and research. The Senate designated May 2024 as ALS Awareness Month by passing Senate Resolution 713. The Senate designated June 2024 as Great Outdoors Month by passing Senate Resolution 727. The Senate commended the University of South Alabama on its 60th anniversary by passing Senate Resolution 728, recognizing its contributions to education, research, and healthcare. Legislative business. The Senate resumed consideration of the nomination of David Rossner of Massachusetts to be a member of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. By a vote of 67 yeas to 24 nays, the Senate agreed to close further debate on the nomination. Senator Chuck Schumer, a Democrat from New York, emphasized the importance of Rossner's role in the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. Schumer discussed Rossner's qualifications and experience, highlighting his commitment to fair energy regulation and the importance of filling this critical role to ensure effective oversight and policy implementation in the energy sector. Senator Mitch McConnell, a Republican from Kentucky, expressed concerns about the nominee's views on energy policy, particularly regarding renewable energy and regulatory approaches. McConnell acknowledged the necessity of filling the commission position but raised questions about potential biases that could influence Rossner's decisions on key energy issues. Unanimous consent agreements. The Senate agreed to consider the Rossner nomination post-cloture at approximately 10 a.m. on Wednesday, June 12, with the cloture time considered expired at 11:30 a.m. Following the cloture vote on the Rossner nomination, the Senate will recess until 2:15 p.m. to allow for weekly caucus meetings. Committee meetings. The Committee on Armed Services, Subcommittee on Strategic Forces, met in a closed session to mark up legislation related to national defense and strategic capabilities. The discussion focused on modernizing the U.S. nuclear arsenal, enhancing missile defense systems, and addressing emerging threats from adversaries. The Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations of the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs conducted a hearing on Coast Guard oversight, focusing on sexual assault and harassment. Admiral Linda L. Fagan, Commandant of the United States Coast Guard, testified about ongoing efforts to improve reporting mechanisms, support for survivors, and preventive measures within the Coast Guard to address these serious issues. Statements and resolutions. Various senators made statements on introduced bills and resolutions, with additional co-sponsors and statements included in the congressional record. Senator Dick Durbin, a Democrat from Illinois, spoke about the importance of addressing climate change and the need for comprehensive environmental policies. Durbin highlighted recent scientific reports on the accelerating impacts of climate change, emphasizing the urgency of passing legislation to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, invest in renewable energy, and support communities affected by climate-related disasters. Senator Susan Collins, a Republican from Maine, discussed the necessity of bipartisan cooperation in addressing the nation's infrastructure needs. Collins advocated for sustainable solutions to modernize the country's infrastructure, including investments in roads, bridges, public transit, and broadband. She emphasized the economic benefits of a robust infrastructure package and the need for collaboration across party lines to achieve lasting improvements. Senator Elizabeth Warren, a Democrat from Massachusetts, highlighted ongoing efforts to combat climate change. Warren urged for stronger environmental protections and increased investment in renewable energy to safeguard the planet for future generations. She discussed the economic and health benefits of transitioning to clean energy and called for policies that hold polluters accountable and support workers in affected industries. Privileges of the floor. Senator Dick Durbin, a Democrat from Illinois, requested and was granted unanimous consent for floor privileges for 3 detailees to the Senate Judiciary Committee for the remainder of the 118th Congress: Allison Kent, Andrew Parker, and Stacey Harris. Orders for June 12, 2024. The Senate will continue consideration of the Rossner nomination post-cloture and vote on the confirmation of the nomination at 11:30 a.m. Following the disposition of the Rossner nomination, the Senate will vote on the motion to invoke cloture on the nomination of Lindsay S. C. of West Virginia to be a member of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. If cloture is invoked, a vote on confirmation will occur at 2:15 p.m. Following the disposition of the C nomination, the Senate will vote on the motion to invoke cloture on the nomination of Judy W. Chong of Massachusetts to be a member of the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. Adjournment. The Senate adjourned at 6:50 p.m. until 10 a.m. on Wednesday, June 12, 2024. Thanks for listening. The full source material for this summary is in the description below. Subscribe to USA Gov Daily for more.